Welcome back to the series CyberSet, A Way of Life, brought to you by L&D Today and powered by Archon Tech Solutions. We have Mr. Satish Mahajan with us, and this segment is about Mr. Satish as a leader. So, Mr. Satish, you have more than 25 years of experience, and I'm sure you might have handled many teams under you, guided them, trained them. So, what is the most difficult part of being a leader?
I think managing rigid people.
Okay.
So people who don't want to change themselves, managing them is very tough.
Okay. So, what are the most important decisions you make as a leader of your organization?
See, I was a part of recruitment of my teams. Okay, I was part of the technology decision making also. So the thing is, I make all kind of decisions.
Okay.
Okay, budgeting part also, even negotiations also.
Okay.
So all these roles I have followed. So that's why I say multi-domain, in the sense if you talk about any domain in IT today, I have managed it.
Oh.
So it can be building an infrastructure. Now who should be the vendor for that infrastructure? Who can help us better in terms of building that infrastructure? Who can help us in terms of getting the product at right time? So all these are part of my decision making process.
Absolutely. Okay. Sure. So, what are the few resources you would recommend to someone looking to gain insight into becoming a better leader?
Resources, I think you have to have some role model.
Okay.
Okay. Second thing, I'll always say that you should think yourself as a leader. Then only you can be leader.
Okay.
So I always keep saying that you can be a microman or you can be a macroman. So you need to decide whether you want to be a microman or macroman. So when you grow, you need to add something to your knowledge. You need to subtract something from your knowledge.
Okay.
Okay. And to be a successful leader, you need to have a right mix of micro and macro. Then only you can be a good leader. So I always keep saying, if you are working on a project, you should know what is happening in the project. But you should not go at the ground level and disturb the people who are working on the project.
Okay.
Okay. But if there is a crisis, you should roll your hand and go to the system and say, boss, this has to be done like this.
Okay.
And that will actually help to boost the morale of the team also. But otherwise, you should be standing out of the system and seeing whether things are going on in right direction.
Absolutely, you're right. So, how do you encourage creative thinking within your organization?
Okay, in fact, what I always like, I think yesterday, in fact, we were discussing with my team. What I always keep saying is, I don't like to give a complete hand to people.
Okay.
I'll give a finger, see how you can reach to my hand.
Oh.
Okay, I'm giving you a role. You make it creative and achieve the task.
Okay.
I'm not process oriented, I'm task master. So you do a job. If you're doing mistakes, you're not able to understand it, come back to me, I'll explain you, and you are only going to finish the job. Okay. I will not intervene into the job. And in fact, that has always helped, because the thing is, the people who don't want to learn, they will kept aside. The people who are really good, they will automatically come up and reach to a level where I can interact with them, and then I can give them more responsibility in terms of doing the activities.
Okay. So basically, it's like guiding them.
Yeah, we have to guide them.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your secret sauce of success?
See, my secret is very simple. I like learning. So whenever I interact, I think today I'm interacting with you. Maybe I'll take some good points from you. He's also doing some good job. I think these are their good followers. You say cut, they cut. Okay. So there are areas where you need to follow, where you need to learn. Okay. So all these skills I keep learning whenever I get opportunity. I quoted some of the keynotes given by some of my good friends. So in my life, I call only 2 or 3 people as sir. Otherwise, I call everybody with the name. Okay, and somebody asked me, why you call me sir? I always tell them that sir has come from here, not from here. So I'm not respecting you because you're my boss. I'm respecting you because you've given me something which has allowed me to grow in my life.
Something very valuable.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, what advice would you give someone going into a leadership position for the first time?
So very simple,
Uh,
learn and unlearn.
okay.
Okay, what is to be learned? You have to learn the leadership skills like people management, because when you actually go at the leadership skills, first thing you have to learn about the people management. You should also know the complete 360 degree of the role rather than just knowing about the single role. Okay, you moved from a role of a technologist to a managerial role, project manager role. So when you reach to a role of project manager or maybe a department manager, that time you also look for finance, you look for people management, you also look for your growth of your people. So you should know something about L&D, training and development, which team can be trained for a better level. You should also be a good mentor, because if somebody comes to you as for advice, you should be able to give them a good advice, or you should at least guide them to reach to a particular goal, saying that okay, these are the things which are lack of, so why don't you learn these skills which will help you to grow. What is to be unlearned is very simple. You try and come out of the macro management. So we always call it as a transaction based learning to the process based learning. So come out of the transaction based learning to some extent. You cannot ignore transaction based learning in today's world, because people expect you to be both at micro and macro level. But the important thing is, you at some extent time you need to come out of that transaction level learning, and you have to be start working as a thinking as a managerial role.
So like working from the ground level.
Yeah, learn working from the ground level. But the thing is, slowly you start learning behaving like a manager.
Yeah.
So behaving like a manager means people interaction has to be improved. Okay, then you need to learn about something about the finance. So what you learn, these are the things to be learned. What is not to be learned is basically you are doing a transaction when you are actually at the assistant manager or maybe officer level. Come out of the transaction mode and start behaving like a manager. Start taking the decisions. Start taking the risk. So when I say risk, you have to take a calculated risk if you are into organization. Okay, and that will help you to grow as a manager.
Okay.
There may be some bitter experiences also, because you cannot be a successful decision maker overnight.
Yeah, it takes
time, but the moment you start taking those decisions, your courage will come by default, and you start taking good decisions with the time.
Okay, interesting. Thank you once again, Mr. Satish. And now this is the final segment. So this is like me side of me. That is, we would like to know Mr. Satish as a person, and it's a rapid fire round, so quick answers. One thing you love about your job?
Opportunity. I get various opportunities in my jobs.
Okay, so favorite destination to travel to?
Any area where mobile is not available.
Okay. So you want a peaceful?
Yes, I love peace of area. So I remember today also, whenever I get opportunity, I go to a location where nobody is going to disturb me, and I actually help me to review myself.
Okay.
So I always call it as self-talk. So actually I go, I do self-talk, I try to analyze what are the good things, what are the things I have done in past, and where I can improve in myself.
Okay.
So that is where I always look at the peaceful place.
Okay. So your favorite food?
Favorite food, I think curd rice.
Okay. So simple curd rice.
Yes.
Nice. So a book that inspired you the most?
I think 7 Habits.
Okay. Your role model?
There are multiple role models. I think with every experience, if I talk about my HR related activity, I had a professor called Murthy. Okay, I used to call him as encyclopedia. Okay, and the best part about this person was he was in Air Force. At the age of 55, he retired.
Okay.
After 55, he did his MMS from JBIMS.
Okay.
And then I think when I interacted with him in 96, 97, he was having 101 countries for companies for consulting, including startups. But the interaction with him was like pure of experiences. So if you go to him with some issues or concerns or problems, he will give you a superb solution and he will make you think. So that was the beauty of this person.
Absolutely. So what do you splurge on?
Not really.
Okay. What was your first salary, if you don't mind sharing with
700 rupees.
me? It was a big amount at that time.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So one thing left to do.
I think I have to do my PhD.
Okay.
That is in HR. So basically psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one love
Books.
looks like the
Family and books. These are the two things which I always love.
okay. So if not an infosec professional, what would you be?
Psychologist.
Psychologist. So this is the second part in the me side. I'll give you two options. You have to choose one. So, Twitter or Instagram?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. LinkedIn or Facebook?
LinkedIn.
Cricket or football?
Cricket.
Okay. Physics or chemistry?
Physics. I'm a graduate in physics.
Yeah. So, movies or music?
Music.
Okay. Weights or cardio?
None.
None. Okay. Books or Kindle?
Books.
Books. Early morning or a late night?
Early morning.
Early. Okay. iOS, Android?
Android.
Android. Okay. Formals or casuals?
Casuals.
Okay. So the last part is we would like to know you as an individual, what you were at different stages of your life. When you were at 18.
Clueless.
Okay.
So what is to be done?
Okay.
I was not aware of.
Uh-huh. When you were at 25.
25, I think my target was to gain a good position.
Okay.
Okay, and in the professional world.
Okay. And when you were at 30.
At 30, I think I was more ambitious.
Okay.
Okay, saying that I want to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to grow at a level where I should be able to fulfill my family requirements and I should be able to support others also wherever required.
Okay.
And that is, I always believe in giving back to society.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm an academician.
Mm.
For last 20 years, I am teaching in a college for engineering students and management students, executive MBAs.
Mm.
Okay, and my first batch, which I started in my current location, was in 2002.
Okay.
And those students are still in touch with me.
Oh.
And I guide them at every level.
Okay.
So not only at the professional level, but also if they have any issues at the personal level, I always guide them.
Okay.
And I also got involved, I think one more proudly I can say, I have donated a blood 44 times.
Oh.
So at least in pandemic, I think I have donated 4 times.
Okay.
So whenever I get opportunity to give back to society, I try to give.
That's like absolutely great. So thank you, Mr. Satish, once again for taking out your valuable time and joining us. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.